Katrina here, and welcome to another tutorial. We are going to be creating this arch ring, which is perfect for stacking along with this solitaire pearl ring, which you can see in this video here. Starting off our materials, we have an 18 gauge solid brass wire, which we will use to create the band of the ring. Then we have our 24 gauge copper coated wire, and this is the size we need to attach our seed beads onto the band of the ring. Then we have a ring mandrel in the size of your choice, and we also have a metal file to smooth down the wire. Then I have 3 sizes of beads ready to go. For our pliers, we have our needle nose pliers, chain nose pliers, some wire cutters, and then we also have our nylon jaw pliers. To begin creating this ring, we are going to measure out 4.5 inches of the 18 gauge wire. This is about how much wire we need to create a size 7 or 8 ring. Clipping the wire at that measurement, we are then going to fold the wire in half. Slowly bend the wire so that the ends are even with each other. Now I'm creating this ring as a stacking ring, so I have here a pearl solitaire ring that I just made in this video here, and I'm going to place that onto the ring mandrel to help measure how I want to create the arch of this ring. Using the solitaire ring as my guideline, I'm then going to take my chain nose pliers to bend the wire directly over from the arch in the wire. Bending both ends of the wire out, we now have this little bump or arch in the wire. Placing the whole piece of wire onto the ring mandrel, we are then going to shape it into a circle. Wrapping the wire tightly on the mandrel to create the shape, we can also then place the solitaire ring on the mandrel and check the size of the arch against this ring to see if it fits well together. With the wires crossed opposite of the arch, then we're going to use our chain nose pliers and bend one end of the wire directly up. Making sure that the wires are crisscrossed, we are going to take the other end of wire and bend it directly down so that the 2 wires are wrapped against each other. You want to create these bends of wire as close to each other as possible so that those bends in the wire are sitting right next to each other. We are then going to bring the ring to the end of the mandrel and press one end of the wire down so that we can begin wrapping it around through the ring. Because this 18 gauge wire is pretty heavy and stiff to work with, you will want to use your chain nose pliers to wrap this wire around the band of the ring. Bending the wire down and through the center of the ring, we will then pinch it with the chain nose pliers so that we can get a nice tight bend in the wire. Bringing the wire up through to the other side of the ring, we are then going to bend it over the top and securely press the wire together. Turning the ring around, we are going to use this same process to bend the other end of wire through the ring and begin wrapping it as well. Pressing the wire through the center of the ring and then using our chain nose pliers to press that bend into the wire so that it is tight and close together. Gently squeezing the wire together as you go to make sure that this is secure, as this is what is holding the ring together. Wrap each end of wire around multiple times until you are satisfied with how the closure looks. Press this wrapping from end to end with your pliers as you go so that it is tight and everything is pressed securely together. Once you are satisfied with the wrapping, then I like to bend the ends of the wire to the inside of the ring and cut them off there with the wire cutters. Then use your file to smooth down any rough edges. Next, we are going to begin attaching the beads. We are going to measure out 12 inches of the 24 gauge wire. Cutting the wire to length, we are then going to secure one end of the wire to one side of the arc. Begin by wrapping it with your fingers and then finish it by securing it with your chain nose pliers. Squeeze the wrapping from end to end with your chain nose pliers as you go so that everything is pressed together. Then we can go back and begin attaching the beads. Sliding a bead onto the wire, we're going to bring it all the way down against the arch. Holding the bead on the outside of the arch, we are then going to take the long end of the wire and wrap it down and around through the center of the ring. You should wrap the wire one full rotation at the least between each bead. I did 2 full wrappings in between each bead that I added. Once we have secured this bead on, we can then add another bead onto the wire, bring it down against the outside of the arch, and then wrap the long end of the wire around the band of the ring. And then we are going to repeat this process until the entire arch is filled with beads. As we go, we are going to use our chain nose pliers to squeeze each wrapping between each bead closer together. Once we have finished adding beads, we are then going to create a wrapping on this side of the ring that matches the one on the other side. Clipping off the excess wire if we have any, we'll then use our chain nose pliers to secure and press down the end of wire. And now you have finished creating the ring. Wear it on its own or stack it with this lovely solitaire pearl ring, which you can see how to make in this video here. I hope you enjoyed creating this wire jewelry with me, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure to go check out the rest of my channel where you can find many more tutorials. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.